Alright, peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Now, hold on, y'all.
Are you ready for it?
Because we also doing YouTube at the same time. Let's see, we got Star Sirius up on here.
Are you ready for it?
I know y'all wow. You all are wow. Okay. Alright. Hold on. YouTube, Facebook, peace and blessings, family.
Peace, family.
How you doing? Hold on for a minute. Let's get this right. Okay, there we go. Well, hold on. We always messing around with the cameras, right, y'all? Messing around with the cameras. All right, family.
Every day.
I'm WUNAM.
And I'm Brother ADINKRA.
Your African Indigenous Traditional Healer. Don't get it confused. Not psychic, okay? Not witch. African Indigenous Traditional Healer, Priestess, Bush Witch, but not in the sense of Western terminology, y'all. But anyway, welcome to Spiritually Seeing News, where we see what you can only imagine, okay? Anyway, we came on tonight, y'all. We're not going to be on here long. Peace and blessings, my sister Candy. Candy, I'm so sorry, my sister. I haven't gotten a chance to get back to you. I've been so busy. People pulling on my energy, not to mention personal family, okay? People think I'm this superwoman. You know, I could be if I want to, y'all. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Tanya Chase, Sherry Wilkins, Wordplay, Peace and Blessings, family, okay? Peace and Blessings, YouTube. Let me get on here because we're doing an update tonight. First of all, we're going to do the first update on Laura
Ingrham.
Ingrham from Fox News, okay? And then we're going to get into the Black Panther update. We're going to talk about the Black Panther without me telling the movie because a lot of y'all have not seen it yet. So we're not going to tell the movie, but we're going to go back to what we originally did when we talked about the spiritual aspects of the movie. Okay, we're going to tell you what we see more spiritually now that we have actually seen the movie. Okay, so we're saying that. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about people. Racist people doing racist things in the movie theaters to make us look bad. And it makes me think like, okay, y'all seriously got some mental issues. You know what I mean? We even seen some stuff while we were at the movie theaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, we did. All right, so, okay, check this out, y'all. All right, so here we go. Let's start with Laura Ingrham. We got over 4,000 hits. 4,000 hits on YouTube, okay? Because of what I came back to say to Laura Ingrham on Fox News about LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Now, after that, first let me make this correction. I was only responding to her video on Fox News. She claimed that LeBron James didn't have a high school diploma.
Oh, yeah, we got to correct that.
So, we have to correct that. He does have a high school diploma.
Yeah, he did graduate.
They said he dropped out of college after the first year.
He didn't even go to college. He went straight to the pros.
Well, somebody said he dropped out of college. I don't know. All I know is I love my brothers, and that's that. Whether they play basketball, football, whatever they're doing, I love my black men. So at the end of the day, she still ain't got no right talking about my black men. That's right. Okay? Now, we're saying that. She did another show with two black brothers on there. You know their names?
Uncle Tom and Uncle Ruckus was their names.
Uncle Tom and Uncle Ruckus was on her show.
I don't know their names.
And you know, we try to pull. Well, if you was gonna try to pull it up real quick,
you know how they do. They always get a black person to agree with their point of view.
Well, you know, and it made me angry. If y'all go on YouTube, go Google it. And for those who are on YouTube, you can Google it too. She did a follow-up video firing back at LeBron James and Kevin Durant. She said, I didn't say anything about race. So anyway, I've been back and forth this weekend on that feed, y'all. Going back and forth with a whole bunch of white folks who had a problem with me firing back at her. Okay, basically, you did imply. Okay, no, let me get this straight. The reason people thought it was racism, you dummy, okay, you dumb journalist, is because when you say shut up and dribble, you know how us black people take that. You know what I mean? Like, who you talking to? Like, slavery days is over, been over, as a matter of fact, even if it existed, okay? So with saying that, that's why people kept saying racist. Then what she did is she said, well, I wrote a book 12 years ago, 15 years ago called Shut Up and Sing. And, okay, but the point is, you know exactly what you was doing. Fox News is known for being racist. Okay? You're on Fox News telling two black athletes to shut up and dribble. What the hell do you think people are going to think?
She knew exactly how people were going to take it.
Exactly. She knew how people was going to take it. So with saying that, that's why you're dummy. If you were such a smart journalist, you would understand why people are saying racism. Okay? Now, the other thing is, you can't tell nobody to shut up. Who the hell you think you are? You shut the hell up. You shut up. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you all could have seen the comments, and those who are on YouTube, you see the comments. They was talking stuff, but I was coming right back. Whether they think it was coming back, it was getting mad because I was coming back at her. Okay? You play with fire, you get burned. And see, the problem is, you know what? We make too many excuses how, you know, well, she was trying to clean it up, and then you got two black men in there, which I'm going to be like Queen and Zinga off with their goddamn heads. Any black person that is watching this, okay, know this and know this right now. Our people are rising. And if you want to be an Uncle Tom, if you want to be one that betrays your own race for fame, money, or anything else, you better be prepared for the ancestors to give you an ass whooping like you never had in your lifetime, and it'll be worse than goddamn being whipped with a whip during slavery days. Because at the end of the day, the ancestors are not playing with y'all asses either. So if you continue to betray your own people, and you continue to turn against them for money, fame, or anything else, you better be careful. Watch what's going to happen. Sekhmet is coming through like Queen and Zinga, and she's off with your goddamn heads. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. Black folks that think you want to sit up there, want to come, oh, I ain't worried about niggas because I'm going to get my money, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to betray my own. Get it through your thick ass heads. They don't give a goddamn about you either. They're using you too. So when you think that you're sitting up there and co-signing someone who is racist, you got to be a goddamn fool. And you're lucky you don't come from our tribe, the real tribe, because we would be like off with your goddamn head. How about that? Because that shit made me mad. How you going to sit up there and co-sign it? Now, I'm going to speak truth. I speak truth where truth is to be spoken, which means she did not say anything racist, but if she was smart, she would have understood why people thought it was racist. That just shows you how dumb of a journalist she is, okay?
She knew people were going to take it as racist, and then she's going to turn around and say, oh, that's the left way thinking, and, like, you know, and blame it all on the Democrats and all of that shit. Most black people don't give a shit. They claim they Democrats, but they, you know, it's just like, you do, and then you do have some black Republicans and all of that, but me personally, I'm not neither one, and it's always typical for them to say and come at us like, oh, yeah, y'all think y'all leftists and y'all left wing and y'all and you're Democrats because you think this way. I don't think this way because of that. I think this way because I've been around white people. I'm from the South and I grew up and I know how y'all think. So.
Well, you know, I want to say this. As I said in the feed in the last show, we're not going to spend too much time on this family because she's not even worth the conversation anymore, okay? It's all part of them trying to start their race war. You can feed into it or you don't. But I'd be damned if I sit back and let a white woman, and if you take offense to any other white woman, that sounds like a personal issue, but I would hope you would do the same for your white man. And as a matter of fact, I got a message for the white women too. Take this message and run with it, because she's the same one who went at Megyn Kelly for bringing some women on there for accusing President Trump of rape. Now, white women, take heed. Y'all need to go after her ass too, because at the end of the day, okay, she was saying that Megyn Kelly was wrong for bringing 2 white women up there for accusing Trump of sexual abuse. Basically, what Laura Ingrham is saying is that she don't care about the womanhood. Okay, about women and the sexual abuse that goes on with women. So white women, gather your sisters up. Y'all better go get her, because she's saying that it's okay for a white woman to get sexually abused. Okay, so we're saying that y'all better go get her, because that's not cool. Okay, that's not cool. So she's one of the ones that if, you know, somebody was to come and say, okay, well, your child or your girl child was touched by a man or your teenage daughter, oh, well, that's not true. These women got up there and poured their hearts out and talked about how they were sexually abused by that guy. And y'all know who I'm talking about. And this woman tried to go at this other woman for bringing these poor women on, telling their story about being sexually abused, and try to shut her down. That's who Laura Ingrham is. Okay? Now, white women, go after her ass. Okay? Anyway, we're going to move on, family. At the end of the day, we're going to move on to next. Now, as you all know, last week or the week before, we did a video here on Facebook and YouTube, and we talked about the spiritual aspects of the Black Panther movie. Okay, we talked about the spiritual aspects of the Black Panther movie. Now, we told you all when we seen it, we would come back with some more because we were able to see the whole movie. Now, without telling it and spoiling it, because I know I'm one that don't like to hear. Don't tell me shit until I go see the goddamn movie. Okay? I want to see the movie. You can tell me bits and pieces, but I want to see the movie. We're not going to do that here, but we are going to talk about the rest of the spiritual aspects of the movie. Now, as you all looked at the video before, for those who all joined us, you've seen that we were talking about the spiritual aspects of the ancient ancestors. We talked about Bast. Okay? As I told you all, Bast is the goddess of warfare. We talked about Thoth. Okay? And we talked about Asar. I'm sorry. Let me get it. Without Thoth, we talked about Asar. Okay? Asar, basically the signs that they were throwing up of Osar, okay? We talked about Osiris, okay? Wait, Osiris, yeah, Osiris, okay, that's the same thing, y'all. I'm a little bit tired because I still got to go out and do my offerings to my mothers. But anyway, yeah, so Asar is the god of the underworld, okay? Now, you have, let me see, y'all. You have Bastet, which is the goddess of warfare, and then you have Asar, the god of the underworld, which when we talked about it the first time, we talked about the actual Asar being the god of the underworld, bringing back the ancestors, okay? Bringing them back up, okay? Shoot. Hold on, y'all. I know. Bringing the ancestors back up, okay? Now, this is basically what you've seen in the movie, okay? Now, we're saying that. Hold on, y'all. My daughter's calling while I'm doing a podcast. How may I help you, ma'am? Keep talking. Hello?
Oh, my God. This always happens every time we film.
No, check. I think so. Look on the. You don't have the card though, right?
So what were we talking? What were you talking about, Bassett?
Actually,
so what I thought was dope about the what I was
I don't even want to talk on my phone. I'm gonna text you.
What I thought was really dope about the movie is they talked about the ancients. They stuck with their traditions, and they were very big on the ancestors and communicating with the ancestors, and they put that all in the movie. And it was a conversation. The movie felt like it was a conversation between Africans in Africa and Africans in America. And what I seen spiritually is this is a bridge for us to have a more of an understanding and more of a connection with each other. And this movie was very, what's the word? It was very insightful, and it was something that was going to take place. It's something that took place in the middle of, white folks are present as we're having this conversation. But it was a long and overdue conversation that black people in America and in Africa had to have, and all around the world. Basically, the connection that we have with each other, and they talked about that in the movie.
Okay, because I missed it because my daughter rudely interrupted the podcast. Okay, anyway, so now we were talking about the spiritual aspects of the ancient ancestors that are rising up in this movie. Okay, now when you see the movie again without us telling the whole movie, we don't want to spoil it for a lot of you people. I know my sister Candy Rain said, spoil it, but no, you can't be fair, Candy Rain, because everybody don't want to hear the whole movie until they see it. Okay.
Not to mention they got something out on the movie. I forgot what it's called, where you can't talk about what happened in the movie. They'll take down your video if you do.
Right, because
I think you could talk about it next week or something like that.
Yeah, they're not gonna do let you talk about too much. But the point is, looking at the whole movie, it was very spiritual. Okay, there was a message that I got from the movie personally, and I know it was the message from the ancient ancestors. Okay. Ancient ancestors are speaking through this movie. Now, I heard someone joke me today, which is a white boy on YouTube, that says to me, "Oh, you believe that you are another one that believes that Black Panther was true?" I said, "You know what?" I said, "I can entertain your joke if I choose to." I said, "But until you come home to my home in Africa," I said, "you're going to keep believing that it's fairy tale." Okay? Now, we again talked about this back a couple of weeks ago, or a week or two ago, and we talked about the spiritual aspects of it. Now, when you see the movie, you'll understand what I've been saying for years. And see, for those of you who's followed me for years on radio, and those of you who heard me talk about it years ago, come back to your ancestors. I've been telling people for years, start calling on your ancestors, talk to the trees, get a connection with your ancestors, right? They're very big on that in this movie. Okay? And not only that, I told you all years ago, and if you don't believe me, go back and pull up my radio shows. It's time for Africans in America to start doing business with Africans in Africa, right? Okay?
Right. To the point where even Africans are tired of dealing with the Europeans, and they're ready to tap into their own resources. I was watching a video with the Ghana president. The president of Ghana, and he was telling this European French guy, same thing, French guy that basically, it's time for us Africans to do for themselves and stand on their own 2 feet and stop getting foreign aid from the Europeans. We got enough natural resources, and y'all been taking from Africa for years, the whole continent of Africa. It's a time to put a stop to that. And you can tell that the French president, I think he was the French president, he was really uncomfortable with the tone that the African leader was taking with him.
Oh, well, too goddamn bad. It's time. Enough is enough. Okay? Now, what's crazy is that, as much as they want to say this movie is fake, there's still some reality to it. Okay? And I've been telling y'all for years, before I even knew anything about the Black Panther movie, I've been telling y'all this for years, that the ancestors was going to bring everybody together. Again, don't believe me, go search my radio shows. I've been telling y'all that we had to come together. Africans all over the world needed to come together, and we were going to come together. The ancient ancestors said we shall rise in the West, and we are rising in the West. We are the ancient ones. When you see the Black Panther, the representation of VIST, who is she? The goddess of warfare. And that's what we're experiencing right now. Okay? So when you look at this movie called The Black Panther, you better pay attention to all the spiritual signs. Okay? Do not just look at the physical things. Pay attention to the spiritual signs. There's some words in there. They even talked about how some of our artifacts were stolen. Okay? Mm-hmm. They talked about the resources. Okay? This is without telling the whole movie, which we've been talking about for years in the so-called conscious community, or the ones who are consciously aware, knows our history all the way from Kemet. Okay, we've been talking about it for years, and now you see it on big screen, which is not fake. And see, people just don't know. When we speak of vibranium, okay, which is basically similar to what coltan is. Coltan is a metal that is used to make computers, okay? That says to me...
Computer chips is only found in Africa.
Right, it's only found in the continent of Africa, okay? So with saying that, yeah, there's some truth to this movie. And as I told you all, many movies, a lot of people like to decode the movies, but look at the spiritual signs that these movies are sending out. Black Panther is one of them. Another thing I want to say, for those folks who was going to see the movie, dressed up in all their African garb, okay, let me tell y'all something, because I know how people do. I know how people do. Everybody's all excited, dancing, doing the African dance, dressing in African garb and everything else. But I do want y'all to remember this. This is not just a one-time thing. I hope that you came out of there with a new outlook on who you are and where you came from. Because there's some of us in the community have been telling you all for years, come back to your African culture. Come back to your African culture. And you know what? I'm not mad because sometimes it has to be done on a let's put this in on a larger scale.
A grander scale.
Okay? Now, just like when I talked about Beyonce. Beyonce had to bring out the goddess Oshun because it was time. Whether she was initiated, whatever, people had a lot to say about it. But the point is, they used someone who had the ability to get you to pay attention. This movie, okay? Now, us, that's on a smaller scale. They've been telling y'all for years to come back to your African culture, you know what I mean? Especially us traditional healers. Especially us those that, that actually, have a connection with Africa, like I speak my language, Modibu style, okay? We're saying that, you have to understand, family, that we've been telling you this for years, but it took something like the Black Panther movie to come give you the reality of what is taking place right now. And I told you all before, we're in a transformation, so I know it did something to the people, but I want to make sure that it sticks, okay? That it sticks. Let's not be African for one day and put on our African garb and go to the movie and just think, you know what I mean? That, we're going to have one. No, remember that. Let that movie stay in your psyche. Let it stay in your brain and understand the message that they're trying to send in the movie The Black Panther. You want to say something?
I did see a lot of comments with people coming out of the movie that they were interviewing at the theaters, and they said a lot of them did say, this makes me want to know more about my history and my heritage, and makes me want to connect more with Africa. So I think that was one of the intent by the director, and he pulled it off beautifully. I think, anyway.
Okay. Hey, Francis J. Diggs, how are you? Your sister's on there.
Hey, sis.
Okay. Candy Rain says, have y'all heard about the Grand Canyon edition? Yeah, I heard about that a long time ago. Oh, Candy. Okay, hear that, Candy, but I doubt it's legit. The source were fraudulent fakes. Well, Andrew Westmoreland, I hate to bust your bubble, but it's not. Maybe the sources were fake, but there were Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. As a matter of fact, there's a lot more to the Grand Canyon than many even knows, okay? So I'm going to say, Andrew Moreland, no, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Egyptian artifacts all over this world, okay? And again, there's so much more. See this movie, and I also want to talk about the high-tech technology that they were using in this movie. People think it's fake. And what's crazy, family, is when you go to that, when you look in the movie, they're on like in the mountains, but there's a lot of waterfalls, right? And what's crazy about it, the island of Cabo Verde, Africa, where I'm from, my family's from, my maternal side, it looks like that because we're off of the Atlantic Ocean. And there are scenes of where you look like you're off, like there's waterfalls that go down into, certain areas, okay? But with saying that, the high technology that was used, now years ago, for those of you all again who've been following me, I used to do predictions. I do predictions every year. And I told you all that I seen, okay, a ship coming out of the water. I seen a spaceship that was going to come out of the water, and it was going to happen in real time. We're talking right now, in this day and time, that eventually we was going to see it. It just so happens you see a scene like that in the movie, okay? Number one. Number two, I did a CD years ago called The Cosmic Forces. I think it was about 5 years ago, maybe. Yeah, about 5 years ago when I did Cosmic Forces. And I warned everybody that they was coming for us, okay? They was coming for you. Now, for those who cannot comprehend what I'm saying, you have to be on this vibration to understand. Because many do not believe in other alien beings, which we're alien beings as well. And we're saying that we are too from different planet or star systems. The Dogon confirmed it. The Zulu confirmed it. Okay? Now we're saying that I was getting visions a long time ago from ancient ancestors, of ancient Nubian ancestors from Kemet. I get messages up to recently. I had a message that I got from some beings in Venus. And see, people think this is a joke and it's a game. They don't want to take it serious, right? Now, we're saying that you're going to see a lot of these symbols and signs in this movie, Black Panther. And when I'm looking at the movie, I'm like, I'm not surprised. Because I've seen this. I was given messages that this was going to take place in real life. Okay? I've seen that they've been watching us. And there are beings of color that come from other planets that have way more higher technology than we could ever imagine. And these were the ancient ones. When you go back to the hieroglyphics on the wall of ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt, as you all know it, you will see pictures of airplanes. You will see pictures of helicopters. You will see pictures of ships and all kind of things. What does that tell you? Technology was advanced then. So when you look at this movie, you're going to understand that what they're doing, they're sending many different messages, that the ancients have risen, that we are the creators, and we do have more high technology. We have the resources in Africa. So this movie, in fact, pay attention.
Chris Sims says, why do they want to boycott Black Panther and not all the other movies with nudity and violence? The answer is obvious, because to me, I don't know. I just feel like when white people see us celebrating something or happy about something and talking about it, they want to throw their little 2 cents in there and try to throw a monkey wrench in how we feel and try us to, because I think what also happens is they start to feel excluded because this is a conversation between black people and we're talking about a movie that doesn't include them and it's an all-black cast. Yes, there's white people in the movie, but what I'm saying is the conversation isn't about them and they feel some type of way about that. And I think that's why they want to boycott Black Panther.
Exactly. Well, you know what? That sounds like a personal problem to me because it ain't happening. I told y'all there ain't nothing going to be able to stop this movie. It's the ancestors that are behind it, okay? Now, I want to go back to what Sister, let me see. Sister Felicia said, you may have done this already. The movie motivates me to connect with my ancestors. That's a good thing, Sister. But we've been trying to do it for years. Many of us in the community have been trying to do it, but I do know. I would say about 2 years ago, I was getting emails out the behind. I was getting calls out the behind of how many people were thanking me for bringing them back to their ancestors, okay? So I know that I made an impact on many people, and it wasn't just here in the United States of America. I got clients all over the world. But I will say this, the movie needed to be done because it was going to make a bigger impact, you see. You're talking about millions and millions and millions of people that are going to see it, and we're talking about people of color. So I'm happy that the movie came out. I'm happy that they used Beyonce to represent Oshun. You see what I'm saying, my sister? So, I would hope for many of us, because you have a lot of people that was there, and I heard them talk, that was Christians up in there, okay, dressing in their African attire. Oh, yeah, I'm African for the day. Don't be African for the day. Come back to your African culture and connect with your ancestors. And your ancestors wasn't God or Jesus, okay? Now, go ahead.
No, that was the only question. I'm trying to see if we have any other questions. Y'all have any other questions?
I want to say this too. Somebody said something about Kendrick Lamar, who I think paid for 3 movie theaters in LA to
Yeah,
for
I
kids.
think it was some housing projects, or maybe it could have been elementary school.
Right, low income children to be able to see the movie. And somebody on my feed said he could have used that for jobs or for work or whatever he said. Let me say something to you, my brother. Our kids that are low income and need to be able to enjoy stuff like that too.
They don't get
First
to see
of all,
much.
exactly. And what 10-year-olds working? I hate when one of our own
Do something positive.
do something positive and then another one of our own want to tear it down. Always got to come with their opinion. Well, he should have used that for. How you know he didn't already do that in the communities? How you know? You don't know. We make blanket statements we know nothing about. Okay? You see one comment on one article that says Kendrick Lamar did this, and you automatically assume that's the only thing he did for the community. I'm pretty sure that my brother has done a lot more than what he can tell in media, because you know how they do. You know how they do. A lot of you all don't know that there's somebody. I know a few basketball players, and I talked about this years ago on my radio show, that had. I know a basketball player in Maryland that built up a big community center for the income for the community, and you know he couldn't talk about it because it was in his contract. I ain't saying no names. Okay? The point is, they try to get at him because of that. You have a contract with your money. So, yeah, okay? Now, I want to say this. Go ahead.
So you saying that this brother plays for the NBA and he did something for his community and they had a contract that he couldn't.
It's in the contract he can't use his money to do this X, Y, and Z. That's what I was told. I don't know how true it is because I didn't read the contract. The point is, I've heard this over and over before, years ago.
Ain't that something? Not even help the community.
At the end of the day, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of times they don't want to put out, out there what they're doing behind, with their little personal money for the community. But believe it, if you know some of these celebrity, athletes and stuff like I do, then you'll know that they do a lot for the community. Let's not get it confused, my brother. All right. The other thing I want to say now, we at the movie.
KT says she's in the Bahamas right now, and all the showings are sold out.
I'm not surprised, KT.
They're sold out around the world.
Yeah, around the world. But you know what? We're at the movies. We get ready to get out. A few white folks is in there. Take popcorn. Throw it all over the floor.
All over the seat.
All over the seats. All over the floor.
They were the only white people in the movie.
No, there was some down in the bottom.
But they didn't do that.
They didn't do that. So,
I meant sitting by us.
I'm going to say, the ones who have literally lost their minds, like the article I put up on Facebook earlier, trying to fake and pretend while they was at the movie like black people were savages. Y'all just make yourselves look goddamn bad. You're the ones who have psychological problems. Who in their right mind goes to the movie theaters, punch themselves in the eye, or tries to punch themselves in the eye, beat themselves up because they want to make black folks look bad? But you see, the ones who did that, the article I put up, as I always tell y'all and been telling y'all for years, their doing will be their very own undoing. Somebody Googled and found that the pictures that they put up were old pictures of some other events that was going on. You see what I'm saying?
They did a Google search.
Did a Google search. So my thing is, how retarded or psychological, mental crazy can you be to do some nonsense like that? You hate our race so bad. Either you hate us or you're obsessed with us so much.
I think it's an obsession.
You think it's an obsession? I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? Y'all think it's an obsession? It's hate? I mean, who would go to those lengths to make black folks look bad at the movie theater?
I mean, it has to be an obsession because even when we have discussion groups and we're talking amongst ourselves, they always want to come in there and try to stir up the pot and try to troll us. And it's just an obsession that they have with black people. They want us to give our energy to them.
There gets no energy. You get no energy. And see, once in a while, I got to give them energy. Because see, my thing is, what I do notice about them, y'all, they'll stick together. We don't. That's why I said sisters. Sisters, get up and let's go. And when I mean get up and let's go, we will not allow a white woman to demean the characteristics of our black men. Enough is enough. Okay? Enough is enough. And the thing about it is if we continue to allow and we don't come together and say, hold on, wait a minute, stop right there. Hold on, goddammit. You're not messing with my black man. They done been called everything from nigger, they done been called everything from boys to you name it, they've been called everything. We are the mothers, sisters. We're the mothers of these black men out here. And whether we have issues with them or not, they still belong to us. And we're saying that right now, we are to stand up and protect and defend our own black men by any means necessary. Because you know what? At the end of the day, if they do some of the things they do, we are the first teachers. They come out of our vaginas, and I'm just being real. And we are the first teachers of them boys. Okay? And you may not want to hear the truth, and the truth hurts, but we are the ones that they look up to. Because if there's one thing y'all know, don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about my mama. Y'all know how that go. So that means that we shouldn't allow our men to be no longer broken down and talked about and treated any type of way and called less than men. And I'd be damned if I allow a woman to come on and say the things she said about my brothers LeBron and Kevin Durant, because they could be yours. You understand? So with saying that, what I will say about them is they stick together. We better do more of that. And it is a black woman who has power to stand up and use her energy and her breath. I don't care if you're a Christian or not. Y'all got power too. Y'all just call on God and Jesus, and we call on the spirit of our ancestors and our gods. But guess what? That energy together moves some mountains and will bring an earthquake across this whole earth if we come together and start praying like y'all know how we do.
All right. Jaffa Liar, it was so much unity in the black community regarding the Black Panther. Do you think the unity in the community will deepen in the future?
You know, I'm going to say this. Based off of this movie and what I see with this transformation, which I know had to take place and they've been talking about for years, we have to evolve. And this is our time. It's time for us to rise up again. Black people have been through it all over this world. Okay? Black people have been through it. All over racism is all over this world. They have raped and ripped us of our resources, of our culture, of our names, our original ways. So when I told you all years ago that the ancestors was rising and they was coming back like the million China man army, and I told you Marcus Garvey said I'm coming in a whirlwind, and he didn't tell you he was bringing millions and millions of ancestors with him, and not just the present day ancestors, not just our slave day ancestors, but our ancient ancestors too. And with saying that, family, yes, it's happening right before your eyes. This movie was used spiritually now to make it happen even quicker. So yes, you will see black people coming back together. You will see black people igniting that queen and king, that roles that they're supposed to take. You will see black people lift their heads up high and no longer hold their heads down because of what they've been through in the past, and generations of our children and our ancestors and, going back to slavery have seen. No more shall you see this. And don't say I didn't tell you also. Mark my words. Pay attention and y'all will see it's happening right now, right before your eyes.
Herman Brown, he says, I'm in the UK, West London, and the movie Black Panther came out this Tuesday, and I have never ever seen this before in cinema, full of black youth. It was out the door, the amount of them it was. He just said so many youth, they were out the door.
That's right.
See this movie.
But what I tell y'all 2 weeks ago, right?
That's what we talked about, the activation of the youth.
The activation of the youth. Y'all hear that?
And in what's the prediction for the new year and the prediction for February, we talked about this month the youth were going to be activated and rising up, and this was their time. This whole year is going to be an activation that's going to come online with and spark something in their DNA, and they were going to rise up and become more spiritual than who we are. So
now, Sheila Scarborough says so on Facebook, y'all. Sheila Scarborough says, all of my customers said they loved it and they're going back to see it again. She says, someone told me they're talking about part 2 of the Black Panther. I don't know, but based off of the ending of it, I could see that. I could see the part 2. All right, family, y'all have any questions? Any questions before we get up out of here? If you have any questions, hit us up because we're not going to be on here long. So, if you got any questions, let us know.
Somebody said, do you think Black Panther was more powerful than the black president?
First of all, Obama was not our first black president. Go do your research. So really, nah, he wasn't our first black president, for one. Black Panther had to be created. And it's all backed by the spirit of the ancient ancestors and the ancestors, okay? Don't say I didn't tell y'all so. I'm going to say, yes, it is more powerful. Although many of you all think that the movie is fake, do not make no mistake about it.
He said, give him a break. He said, laugh out loud, give him a break.
Give you a break?
I'm talking about, I guess he just don't know. Even if you look at...
Wait, hold on. What the hell does he mean, give him a break? Oh, give me a break. Give you a break about what? About what?
He said the original Panther was a coon.
Well, the modern day one ain't a goddamn coon. How about that?
That's all that matters.
And at the end of the day, the original one wasn't the original one. You know, every damn thing that we had and we created, they stole and made it their own and turned it to their color. Okay? So, I can't give you a break. And I'm not going to give you a break. Because what you need to understand clearly is that at the end of the day, I don't care what you say or how you put it. And I'm not professing to be the most powerful overseer or underseer or whatever you want to call it in this world. But let me tell y'all one thing. I do get my messages from my ancient ancestors. And they teach me things. They teach me many things I can't even share with all some of you people like you. Because at the end of the day, it's incomprehensible for you. You would never understand. And you would think I was crazy. But I know I'm not crazy. And many of my ancient ancestors know I'm not crazy. And even my ones up in the cosmos. You hear what I'm saying? So, you know what? We can't give you a break on that. What you need to do, take yourself over to the mountains or go to Africa. What you do is take yourself over to Africa and sit in the middle of the trees in the desert and the forest in Africa and call upon your spirit of the ancestors to sit down and enlighten you on who we really are.
They said, what was the plant they were consuming to reach the ancestors? I forgot. It was I forgot what that plant was, but it's plants like that that are out there. We
have some right now. I have some in the room.
Yeah, it's plants like that right now.
There's many plants like that. And as a matter of fact, I have some here in my house right now that I use for my initiates. And what it does is actually plant, make a tea out of it. And what it is when you make them drink it, when they go to sleep, it'll take them to the ancestral realm and they'll communicate with the ancestors. Yeah. But there's many plants that can do that.
Sarah M. says, that there is a disagreeable spirit. I agree, Sarah. That is a disagreeable spirit.
You know, at the end of the day, he could be a disagreeable spirit, but they being shut down too. Is Militia Morel says, is my ancestors with me? Yes, but you are not talking to them. You need to talk to your ancestors. You need to call upon them. Your ancestors, they never leave you. But if you don't communicate with them, they don't know. If you know, or if you're aware of them.
He said, "Come on, man. Have you ever talked to any Africans? Most of them don't like Black Americans." That was in the movie.
What did he say?
He said most Africans don't like Black Americans.
You don't know what you're talking about. First of all, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. Understand me and understand me clearly. When you come home to my land called Africa, okay? When you come home to my land called Africa, you will be welcomed with open arms. Obviously, you forgot when Hurricane Katrina happened, Senegal opened the land for their brothers and sisters to come back. Many tribes in Africa opened the land for brothers and sisters from America to come back. Don't get it confused. Don't put that out there, because that's not true. No coup, bakume.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I got a lot of African friends. You know, I work with Africans, and they've always been cool with me. No problem. Treat me like I'm their actual brother. So I've never had a problem with Africans like that.
Some scenes from YouTube I did not see in the movie. Is it possible Mandela effect is in the movie? My sister Felicia, I don't see that. I don't see that. It could be. And you know what, honestly speaking, y'all, it's a movie that you might want to go see 2 times, 3 times. Because there was messages in many different areas of the movie. But I'm looking at the bigger message of the connection that they're telling you to make with the ancestors. And bridging the gap between Africans in America and Africans in Africa, okay? But I'm not saying it could not have been.
Sir Doofus says that movie had me with mixed feelings.
Oh boy. Who?
What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Justin. Tell us what kind of mixed feelings you had. All right. Should I call on the Jaguar spirit? I've been thinking about it for a while now. My sister Candy Rain, if the Jaguar spirit works for you, I don't know if I told you that before, but if you do, yes, call upon your Jaguar spirit, because I call upon my. Let me tell you something. I told you before. I work with a lot of spirit animals as well. I love my lions and I love my Black Panthers. Okay, so when I want them to come, they come, and you will hear them. This is real. I told y'all before.
I can't see that good like her, but I can hear the motherfuckers growling at her.
You can hear them growling. So I call them my Black Panthers. I put them here. I put them there.
Witness to see.
Yeah, because you know our people, they don't believe until they see. But you see, the thing about it is that this is the power that comes from your country called Africa. This is what lies within you that you have not been able to bring out, because you have not been aware of your real culture. Now, yes, Candy Rain, call upon your Jaguar. You can even give it a name. And whenever you feel the need to call upon your Jaguar to move on your behalf or walk with you, it will. Real talk. Now,
Sarah M says, I talk to my grandfather and brother who transition all the time. Do they answer? You would have to, if you can't hear them, it depends on what you're asking. You know, you can ask them to give you a sign and they'll give you a sign. You just got to pay attention.
Nicky, does the mugwort I have the same effect? You know what? Not like the herbs I got in that room that's gonna really take you to the realm of the ancestors, okay? Not the same effect, Sheila. But your brother and your father, what happened to your brother? How old was your brother when he transitioned? Why am I seeing that your brother got shot? I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't profess to be all the way right. I'm kind of tired tonight. But what happened? Your father also, I see a heart attack with him, a stroke or something with your father. But the thing about it, everybody can't hear spirits, and everybody, let's put it this way, they should use Western terminology. Everybody's not clairaudient, which means you can hear or you can see. Okay, clairvoyant is seeing. Now, in African traditions, you know what? We call it being a seer. Okay, I can hear, I can see. So my thing is, a lot of times your ancestors will communicate with you in many different ways. Sometimes they'll give you a sign. Go outside, pour some libations, pay homage to your ancestors. They'll send a bird by. They'll drop a leaf, whatever. So they'll give you different signs because they know that you're not ready to see them or hear them like that. And one thing you must know is your ancestors will not scare you. They will not scare you, okay? So what you need to do is stop trying to listen, because you probably won't hear them, and just look for signs around you that is going to alert you that they're around you, okay?
Malicia Morel says, she says, are her ancestors with her? I guess that's how you said it.
I answered that already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Sahar, you wanted to know if they answer. They do answer. Pay attention. Sometimes, we're so caught up in the physical world, we don't pay attention. Get into the spiritual world, y'all. Like I said, talk to a tree. Talk to the sun. Talk to the leaves. Talk to the wind. Talk to the dirt. Talk to the water. Okay?
She says, this day CEO, I often hear a click in my ear.
You hear a click? All right. let me answer. Black. What is his name? Black Bod. His. Whatever. You can't come from the. Let me put it this way. What you mean I can't come? Who said? Who make the goddamn rules? I am the continent of goddamn Africa. How about that?
It's a continent. It's over 50 countries. All right.
I am the continent of Africa. Don't get it confused.
Say grandfather had heart failure and brother had MS.
Okay. Okay, so I seen the heart attack with your grandfather. Okay, your brother had MS. Wow. Jaffa Liar says, is my grandfather on my father's side with me? What? What happened?
But your ancestors want you to be more realistic. Who is this?
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna call your ancestors and make you be more realistic. Wait till you go to sleep at night. I'm gonna call down the spirit of your ancestors. I don't even need your real name. I got your energy attached to this YouTube right now. All I gotta do is call the spirit of your ancestors to come and whoop your ass while you sleeping, to show you what's reality and what's not. How about that, smart ass? I often hear a click in my ear. A click in my ear. That's CEO. You know what? Pay attention to that, because that can be some type of sign. Okay? So if you're hearing like a click, it could be you moving on to a higher vibration. It could be you hearing other things, because ever since I've been vibrating on a higher frequency, my hearing is very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. My eyes are very sensitive to light. My hearing is very sensitive. It's like I can hear everything. Okay. Melisha says, I keep seeing double numbers like 2244, etc. What does that mean? Melisha, you must be new. We did a show about this. We talked about the numbers. Okay. The numbers are representation of, the different vibrational energies that you're going through and what you'll be vibrating on. Okay. Now, you're seeing double numbers. You're not seeing triple numbers. That means, to me, what the universe is doing is they're bringing us down back to the beginning, okay? So, at one time, we were seeing 333, 222. Now you're going to see double numbers, 222, 333, which is a part of the mystery of the universe, how they're bringing us back. And this is part of our evolutionary process. This is part of the DNA reactivation. So, what I'm seeing is that that's going backwards. They're bringing us back to the beginning. We are at the end, but we are at the beginning, okay? Now, family, let's see. Sometimes the cat will take her paws and massage my back, and her paws candy. Oh, that's so cute. Tell him 10 minutes. Wait a minute. Sometimes the cat will take a... You know what? Cats are very spiritual. And see, the thing about it, one thing I do know, and people can say I'm crazy if I want to, but do you all remember that lady that was on YouTube, and she was a black woman out of London, and she was talking about, she was communicating with the cat people? She ain't never lying. Why do you think when you go to ancient Kemet, there's a cat, Bastet? When you see also Tu Sekhmet, who wears the face of what? The lion or the tiger, or what? The lion. You look at the Sphinx, Haramakhet, the original name, which is a black woman, but she has the paws of a cat or a lion. The cats, whether they're lions or little kittens, something special about them, and y'all need to pay attention, because if you go to ancient Kemet, they're all over the place. If you look on the walls and the hieroglyphics, if you know who Bastet was, what? Black cat. If you see Sekhmet, what does she do? She puts on a lion face. There's something behind that that you all need to really tap into. And I'm not even going to tell you all, because I want you all to go back and study and tap into it yourself. Call upon the spirit of the ancient ancestors. Ask them to see, to show you, take you back to that time, and they will show you. Only if you want to see. What happened?
He said, be careful, my grandfather's spirit protects me. I have no fear.
You know what? At the end of the day, and that's even more better, because if he protects you, I'm going to tell him for a minute to whoop your behind. But at the end of the day, see, you said your grandfather's spirit protect you, so you up here playing because you do believe in your ancestors. Stop playing.
Okay, physically me. Can you tell me what career path I should go down? I've been having feelings about being fired. Thanks.
Metaphysically me, metaphysically me, metaphysically me. Spirit has shown me you need to open your own business. You need to, you're a boss. You're not an employee. So if you have feelings of getting fired, your feelings are correct, but that means you need to prepare to open or do your own thing. Your problem is fear, but you can do it. You're not one who is to work for anybody anyway. It's your time. Okay? Now, my cat's name is Aset. Okay. Militia Morel, well, I had Osiris. And my black cat was Osiris, and I need another cat because I know cats have a lot to do with us right now.
Let me tell you about the damn cat.
Don't talk about my cat.
Her cat used to talk. And one day I was sitting, she was like, I remember when we first got together, and she was like, yeah, he calls me mom. I was like, whatever. And then one day I was sitting there and I was talking to her, and he came to her, and he goes, Mama! And I just freaked out. I was like, what the fuck? This motherfucking cat does talk. I thought she was lying. It bugged me out. The cat goes, Mama! And he was like, she was talking to the cat and asking the cat questions, and the cat was communicating back. I've never seen I haven't seen no shit like that. It kind of bugged me out.
Okay. Now, hold on, y'all. And we're going to take the last few questions. We get up out of here. It's 12:01. I gotta go. Let me see. Hold on. I think someone said that their animal... Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Because I don't like going over an hour. Because you know what? Now. Alright, so... Oh, Facebook want to show their natural behind tonight. Hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. You are both so gifted. Much love. Thank you, my sister. So, what's Doofus saying while I'm trying to see what these last questions are here on this feed?
I went on a date with BM yesterday. Don't know where it's leading to. What do you see?
Okay, hold on, Doofus. El Haru, I have Panther as my animal spirit. How can I use it? You can use it any way you want to. And make sure you give it a name.
It's how can you use it?
Any way you want to. I used to use it to protect, like, my daughters when they would get up early, go to work when they used to work early. I would use them to walk with them, you know what I mean, and protect them. I would use them, to put in front of the door to guard the house, you know what I mean. You can use them in any ways you want. If somebody messing with you, you use your Black Panther to go attack them while they're sleeping. You know what I mean? Okay, I have a Panther. Okay, I've been listening to the Abundance. Binary Beats is going to work. Yes, they are. Our cat's name is Bestet and Isis. Wow, which spirit animal walks with me? Ken Abram Jr., let me answer your question real quick. I'm seeing a leopard with you. I see a leopard with you. And I also see, you know what? I'm seeing a very big, there's a very big ape that walks with you. He protects you. I don't know. It looks like this ape was it was in the family, in your lineage, and wow. He walks with you. He walks behind you. He's very, very big. He protects you.
All right, Chris Sim, he has a question. He said, why are the news showing regular people and CIA agents with on their forehead for Ash Wednesday?
Crystal. I gotta look at that. I'm gonna have to look at them and see why. I'll read it. I have to go look it up and see for myself. My lady and I broke up. She won't stop saying me though. Why? I don't know what you did. What you sure you weren't putting no roots on her? Mervyn Kelly? Whatever you did, you probably put some on her food. That's why. Why you break up with her? I know, Ken. I figured it out. I know exactly who you are. Well, you ain't been to the store lately either. We got some new products up in there. You need to come on. We got some new candles. We got some ancient Egyptian candles or ancient Kemetic candles, but I know you know it's an Egyptian. But anyway, hope to see you soon. But yeah, I'll talk. If you come by the store, I'll talk to you more about it, okay? All right, family. Last question of the night. I'm getting off of here. Life I always had a liking to turtles. Maybe they walk with me very slowly. Sahar. They probably do. They probably do walk with you if you're connected to them like that. KT, what animal walk with me? Let me see. Tigger Divine. Tigger Divine says, what animal walks with me? Tigger Divine. You know what? I keep seeing a wolf with you. I see a big white wolf walking with you, Tigger Divine. I don't know why, but this wolf walks with you. And then I'm also seeing a lion, a very big bearded lion that walks with you. But guess what? It's not a brown one. It's a black lion. This lion is all black. He walks with you. KT, my grandmother transfers in this month on my mother's birthday. Is my grandmother okay? KT, I would love to do a ancestral reading for you. And what we would have to do is get into that more deeper. Okay? Because I would have to call upon her spirit and then I would have to communicate with her for you. So what I would need to do is you call me, send me a picture of her, and then we could do it like that, okay? Last question of ours I had it, okay? Is there a change coming in my life? Gilliam87, let me explain something to you. If you want to change to coming in your life, it will. But it's you, your mindset. You have to start changing your mindset. Because what I'm saying is you have been set in this mindset for a long time. When you begin to see a better outlook on your life, it will change. Now, I will tell you, once you begin to change your mind, your life will change. Mind, body, and soul. Okay? You need to work on your health, too. Okay? Now, y'all coming in late, y'all. Late. Last question. And I'm only doing it because this is my sister-in-law. What animal walks with me? Nicky, 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 Nicky. You lucky we love you. Alright. Nicky, you walk. Let me tell you something. I don't see animal. I see sea animal for you. I see a dolphin that constantly stays with you. There's a dolphin that stays with you. Okay? Wow, that's interesting. You have a connection to the sea. As soon as you asked me that, I kept seeing a dolphin flying like over you, around you, okay?
Alright, that's it.
Yeah. Alright, family. That's it. We're wrapping it up. Gotta go. I gotta go do my offering. My mother wants some lamb chops, y'all. So I gotta put it in the oven for her real quick. Okay? Gotta go talk to my ancestors. She requested some lamb chops. So let me get my mother her little lamb chop, okay? On that note, family, see y'all soon. Thank you for tuning in to Spiritually Seeing News, where we see what you could only imagine. Blessings, family. Good night.
All right, peace, y'all.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?